you doing?
I'm practicing, dude. Come on.
Practicing for what?
The big show.
What big show?
For my band.
You don't have a band.
You don't have a band.
Your drums aren't even on right now.
Your drums aren't even on.
Well, it kinda seems like you're just procrastinating making the full Mask Room update video that you've been telling everybody about for months now.
No, I just don't have time to make that video because I'm so busy doing stuff. Now please, go away. Okay. Dude, what do you want?
What are you doing now?
I'm studying.
You're studying. What exactly are you studying?
Physics.
You're just watching skateboarding, aren't you?
Skateboarding is physics.
Duh. Kinda seems to me like you're still putting that video off.
No, I'm still not putting the video off. I just have a lot of important research to do here.
Whatever, man. The people want the video.
The people probably also want me to know stuff. Again, what?
Still wasting time, huh?
I'm expressing myself through art, and I'm really proud of how this is turning out, so could you please just leave me alone?
Oh, a masterpiece. It's a dick and balls, isn't it? Dude, why don't you just make the video? You're literally in the room right now. Just make the video.
Alright, I'll make the video, for fuck's sake. Oh hey, didn't expect to see you guys here. Welcome to the long overdue Mask Room Collection update video. If my math is correct, we haven't done a true Mask Room update video in like 3 years. I think it was November of 2021, if I'm remembering that correctly. But I'm probably not. Maybe there was one in 2023. I don't know. But regardless, this is long overdue. It's something I've been wanting to shoot since the end of last year, and I've been putting it off for absolutely no good reason. I just dread making these videos. I never feel like they are going to turn out as good as what they should for everything that you guys are going to get to see. So here it is, the 2024 Mask Room update video, and I never know where to begin. So I guess I'll just pretend that I am someone walking into the House of Masks. Oh man, this left side sure looks good. So here we go. We start over here, technically at the Slipknot area. Everything in this Mask Room is music related, and Slipknot is obviously the biggest part of my collecting ventures, or the biggest part of my collection, I guess. So we start with Slipknot stuff, not technically, but we've got these IKEA shelves full of various merchandise. Not a whole lot of mask related stuff inside of these, but I obviously want to display a lot of my official merch. So from the bottom up, we've got like the Sid shelf. This is all kinds of Sid the Third and Sid the Third shop releases. We've got various real stuff from tours, like this bag, or that toboggan, or some passes, or whatever. We've got a bunch of my media, so my VHS tapes, cassettes, CDs, stuff like that. The top shelf is cool because I've had a lot of this stuff since I was a little kid. I think I've had that cassette since I was a little kid. Matt Shipley actually got that at the actual Tattoo the Earth tour and brought it back to me from California when I was a little kid. I've also definitely had the lunchbox since I was like 6 or 7 years old. So yeah, various stuff in there, and eventually we work our way up to the masks. There is still a lot of other stuff up above, kind of goes all the way across those beams. So there's stuff like, I don't know, signed posters, signed drum heads, used drumsticks. I've got some studio use stuff up there from Jay, different passes and tickets and autographs and pretty much anything that can be put in a frame I've lined that top shelf with. very, very unhappy with this wall, to be honest, because everything else in this room is custom built. So like all the mask shelves that we put into the House of Masks were built specifically for these displays. And this kind of just looks thrown together. We've got like these Walmart shelves here in the middle, the IKEA glass shelves, and I've never been super big on how this displays. I've been meaning to get around to doing custom shelving that goes up on the 2x4s behind on the wall, but just never got around to it. There's never enough time, and it is what it is. So, now that we're at the masks, we can talk about the special mask display. The reason that I call all of these special is because they are either real mold, real vintage pieces, one-of-a-kinds, worn by the band, stuff like that. So from the bottom up, we've got like my real Crash Test Dummies mask. This has been foam filled. It's unconverted and it still has the tag. I think this is like the only one out there. I'm not sure, but if somebody else has one, I don't know about it. We've also got a Cuddles mask that was repainted by Cuddles himself. This one's a little cooler than the other one that I have because I have two of these. We have two Ghost Glows, real vintage Paper Magic Group Ghost Glows. This one still has the tag on it. This one still has the tag with it. We've got two real deal clown masks. These are not stage used. They just happen to be real mold and created by the artist that made clowns actual pieces. So those are pretty cool. We've got two vintage West Germany clowns. These are the Grail for Slipknot mask collectors. This was my first one ever. I think I'll probably be buried with it. And this one was given to me as a gift at PaleFest. Actually, it wasn't PaleFest. It was the first open house, so it predates PaleFest. I don't want to get my facts wrong there. We've got some Joey masks here. This is a real deal backup mask that was gifted to a merch guy on Ozfest 2001. We have a real 83 Caesar that was signed by Joey. This was actually the first item that he signed after he left Slipknot, and he still signed it with a number 1, so I think that's pretty cool. We've got a real SMG mold Jim Root mask that was converted by Schizo555. He did a fantastic job on that. He gave me that as a gift, which is awesome. And then more various stuff. We've got like one of these that was thrown out by Sid at a live show. It's not signed. That's how you can tell that it was thrown out during a live show and not sold on the store. He didn't sign the ones that he threw out at the live shows. We Are Not Your Kind signed. All Out Life jumpsuit, and then, I don't know, there's just all kinds of stuff. I don't really need to name everything. We've got a stage-used .5 The Gray Chapter Clown. We also have a non-stage-used .5 The Gray Chapter Clown. This was just made by the artist. I forget how I even got that. We've got a real converted Ghost Glow, and so on and so forth. Real Corey Taylor We Are Not Your Kind mask. This was gifted to me by the artist that made Corey's actual mask. We've got a Whisperer mask that was gifted to me by the guy that made the actual Whisperer masks. We've got two of the PK TTEs, and then that other Cuddles mask that was converted by Cuddles himself. This thing is pretty infamous. It was definitely a viral video when I unboxed that. And then more of the same that was in the last shelf. In this glass shelf, we've got all kinds of various merch. And just cool stuff in there, man. I don't know. There's all kinds of Slipknot stuff in there. If I sat here and listed it, we would be here all day. But after the shelves comes the wall. The wall. That's what we call it, because it's the biggest wall. It's the biggest display of masks in the House of Masks. And it is the biggest, greatest Slipknot mask collection on planet Earth. And that's the bottom line. What? Because Stone Cold said so. This is most of my Slipknot mask collection. There are Slipknot masks tossed throughout the entirety of the House of Masks, but this is the main wall. This was the thing that I was like dreaming of when I first saw this space and knew that I was going to be getting this to put my collection into. And I've got to say, it doesn't disappoint. This thing is something to behold. It needs rearranged. I do need to add another shelf up top, which thankfully we do have the room to put one more shelf up there, so eventually we will get around to doing that. And the reason that we need more room is because I have tried to keep everybody's sections their sections. So as you can see, all of the gym masks go all the way down to the middle of the room, and then they have had to like start stacking up because we're out of room. It's the same with the Craigs, it's the same with the Sids, it's the same with the Clowns, the Coreys, yada yada.
but we're finally out of room, and these various members are starting to clash with other members, and I don't want to do that. So we need to get another shelf added up top and do some reorganizing to get everybody in order. I think I'm also going to have to change this middle display, which is sad because this is like my favorite part of the Slipknot mask display is all the busts. But we just lose out on a lot of room right here. So if anything, I guess I can just put these guys in actual order and get rid of this bust with the display photo and just figure out something else to do. That way we can lower him and we can attach these shelves to keep this going all the way across. But yeah, there's not a whole lot that has changed on the Slipknot mask wall that you guys don't see regularly in videos, because typically when I get a mask for the Slipknot mask collection and I unbox it, I try to put it in where it's going to go and show it off there as well at the end of the video. So it's pretty self-explanatory. I will show you what I'm talking about with things just kind of running out of room. This is the SID shelf, and the SID shelf comes all the way down until it just stops making sense. There are too many SID items, and then it goes into these oddball masks, which eventually go into my Paul masks. There's even a random 0.5 Corey because I'm out of room on the Corey shelf. So all of these masks have a proper place to go. I just don't have them there yet because I don't have the room. But I mean, look at this. You know how insane this drives me? These guys shouldn't even be down here. These are just random clowns that resemble the West German clown, but it's a subsection that I don't have space for, so I just put it on here, and that's what happened, and that's the way that it is, and I hate it. It drives me nuts. So yeah, Slipknot mask wall, pretty self-explanatory, definitely needs updated, but that's not going to happen anytime soon, maybe a little later down the road, when I can find some free time and whatnot, and fucking money. You guys gotta give me more money. Stuff's expensive. We gotta put some shelves up. Go sign up for Patreon. That leads us down into Buckethead Land. Again, Buckethead Land needs an update. It needs upgraded. There's so much shit, but I haven't been adding a lot to Buckethead Land lately because the scores are dry. It's really, really hard to find Buckethead pieces right now for whatever reason. I feel like that kind of comes in waves. Like, we'll have a great year for Gwar scores, or great year for Buckethead scores, or great year for Slipknot scores, and then whatever else takes the backseat, and Buckethead has definitely taken the backseat lately. So, yeah, I guess what I can do in the meantime is work on getting all of this reorganized. We put these shelves up and we spaced them out really big for some reason, but I feel like if we took these down, we could easily double up on the amount of shelves, which would give us more room for displays, and we wouldn't have to have masks on masks on masks. So maybe that in the future as well, before we do another mask room upgrade or update video, we can have everything over here rearranged and displayed a little bit better, because it does kind of look sloppy now, and with not much happening in the world of Buckethead, we can kind of try to keep it fresh by updating what we have and upgrading what we already have. So Buckethead Land goes over here. It's the same situation over here, although I do like this side a little bit more, because it's all masks. There's not a whole lot of merchandise or CDs or any like random nonsense. It's mostly just masks. And yeah, there's not a whole lot to talk about over here. Everything over here is Buckethead related. It could easily be displayed better, so if we double up on these shelves, we should be able to show everything off a little bit nicer. So I'll have to put that on the list of things to do to make sure that we update and upgrade Buckethead Land soon. And that includes the slaw machine. I think I'm just about over this thing. I don't want it in here anymore. We had big plans with it. Those plans never really came to, and now it's just kind of awkwardly taking up space that I desperately need for the Gwar collection, because again, we are just running out of room for Gwar stuff. I have so much Gwar stuff that I have subsections of Gwar stuff that doesn't even make sense. Like, I just have Gwar cans, and they're not even being properly displayed. What a shame, right? So I have a feeling that there are some more pretty big deal Gwar scores on the way, and if that's the case, we're going to need the room. We're going to need to expand this and try to make some more room for the stuff, because the stuff that I think I'm going to be purchasing is pretty big, and we will need the room for that. So yeah, the Gwar section. I love the Gwar section. We actually just did some updates to it today. Like, I had this odorous mask sent to me not too long ago, and I didn't have anywhere to put it, and he was just kind of floating around, so we stuck him right there on the wall. And even though he's separate from the other odorous heads, I think he looks pretty cool up there. So, continuing down. More Gwar stuff.
More Guar stuff. More Guar stuff. Not a whole lot of updates lately. We did add a Guar piece from Dawn last year after Palefest. We did just add that odorous mask. But I think that's really it. We haven't had a whole lot of crazy cool Guar scores lately. Again, they come in waves. We'll have a year of just like stage used Guar score after stage used Guar score, and the last year or so has not been one of those years. I think we focused a little more on Slipknot lately, which is cool because when the Guar scores come, it's a big deal, and I love stuff like that. So we keep going. We've got all my stage used Jizmax. We've got all kinds of stuff up on the walls. These are the drumsticks that I was talking about having to get a case for soon, because I put one of like each of my years up here on the wall, or at least I did until recently, but I just have so many. So like they're just scattered in front of everything, and that's okay, but I'd really like to display them all together. Like, this kind of looks like shit down here. These guys are just hanging out down here. I don't know. So I think I'd like to get a nice glass display for the wall and maybe save some room on the wall by compacting them all together. But yeah, Guar stuff. I've done a video on just about all this. I'm sure that a lot of people watching have seen those videos. I would really like to get a display for this guy. He's just been chilling since I got him. He's in pretty rough shape, so if we do any sort of updates to him, I'd like to get him doctored up and then put into a little kid casket with a nice plexiglass front, and I think that that would look so sick. And I know Ben would too, because we talked about it when I first got it. And yeah, the Guar stuff eventually comes to a halt right here at the big air conditioning unit, which eventually will have shelves on the front to put stuff on. But we've got all kinds of various stuff that surrounds this air conditioning unit. So we've got a big Ghoul section up there with some stage-used Ghoul stuff, as well as my Ghoul merchandise and stuff. And then we've got like stage-used Cancer Christ mask, stage-used Squid Pisser mask, some various Cancer Christ stuff. Clown Core, baby! Man, I love Clown Core. I wish that they did more so I could enjoy some more Clown Core. But then those random bands lead into more random bands. We got the why'd I say that? Life-size Sid, which I don't know if I'm going to keep. I might end up selling this whole thing. He just kind of takes up room, and the life-size Slipknot stuff's not my favorite thing to collect. Like, this is cool for what it is and stuff, but it just doesn't do much for me. So I think I might end up selling this guy off, as well as the Corey Taylor back there, which is really cool. So I guess if anybody's interested in those, let me know. I don't know a price yet, but they won't be cheap. More random bands. We got a West Borland section. I'd really like to legitify or legitimize. Is legitify a word? Legitimize. No, we're making it a word. I'd like to legitify my West Borland section, because as you can see, he's all grouped together. There's stuff like hiding in the back. We got the Lucy the Bunny box back there. And we need to get these masks on heads and stuff so they can be displayed properly. But I fucking love West Borland, and I love Limp Bizkit, and it'll be nice to have a legit West Borland section. Still have a Ghost piece in the House of Masks. This one's a little too special for me to get rid of. This was made by my buddy Jordan Patton way, way, way back in the day, and it was worn by many nameless ghouls, as well as signed by the entire band on a really cool night where we got to hang out with the band until we were bored, and then we left. Mushroom Head? Question mark? Yeah, we got a Mushroom Head mask in the collection. And we've got a mini vamp, which is kind of Mushroom Head-esque, so he's over there too. He's not in the greatest shape, but it'll be okay. We even got a Jabberwockies piece. Jabberwockies are fucking sick, man. Bishop gave me that as a gift one of his first times in Ohio, so that was cool. ICP, Necrogoblicon, Mudvayne, all kinds of Mudvayne stuff, and I still have, like, look at this. Haven't made a video about this yet, but I will eventually. I've got that. I've got some of their stage-used suits back here. I just don't have the room for everything. So, yeah, we've got just a clusterfuck over here. My big head, my hands, this Corey bust, and the clusterfuck continues because there are, like, real deal Slipknot windbreakers. I've got a Joey display. My suits are all displayed up there on the wall. And that brings us right back to where we started, right here at the door. But, guess what? Something we built this year, and by we, I mean Ben, is this table. This is going to be, like, probably the coolest display ever one day. It looks really nice right now, But eventually, it's going to be all stage use stuff, I imagine. And that was the idea behind it. I had a lot of stage use pieces that I was accumulating very quickly, and I wanted them to be in glass displays and look really nice and kind of be the center of attention. So we needed room for that, and it only made sense to put a table down the middle. So my first ever stage use Slipknot piece, this gift from Sid. Probably my second or third stage-used Slipknot piece. Another gift from Sid. I should have turned that on for the video, but I didn't. And then it's honestly kind of become a catch-all for other stuff. We got the Mutant Clone here. We got some stuff I can't talk about here. We've got this special J mask from Enrico Palma over in Italy. That's the only other one that exists other than J's. Random masks that I've unboxed that I don't have any place to put on the Slipknot wall. Eventually, we will. Little trash bag ghost section here. Cool merch like the Joey snare there, the Pearl Joey snare. This is my favorite end. We're actually at my favorite end. This is the Jay Weinberg end, and all of these are Palefest related, oddly enough, so it all kind of goes hand in hand. We've got the Palefest flyers. We've got a real staple out of Jay Weinberg's mask that fell out while we were shooting a video together, and he gave it to me. I think that's hilarious, but also cool.
So pretty cool. And so these are the only two that I've ever had for this mask. Oh, and a staple fell off. You can have it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, no problem.
That will not leave the collection. This is a cloak that he bought me to be the Crimson Ghost at the Bather Misfits cover set at Palefest, which was super sick. He gave me the original flyer that he made, and then you can see in the back there's Sharpie, because he wrote me a special note on the back, and all I did was make a copy and put it over here so that you could see that as well. This is Jay's personal set list from that show. It's even got a little bit of a sweat on there. Not to be weird. He's my friend, guys. I can do that. We've got the special We Are Not Your Kind, one of three, which really it's one of a kind because they all have three different finishes. The Jay Weinberg mask that was tattooed by Paul Booth, which is fucking nuts. Still can't believe that I owned that. I own one, Jay owns one, and there was a third one made that we auctioned off, and we gave all of the profits to charity. We ended up raising like $5,000, which is fucking nuts, so that's super cool. And then one of my grails, the stage-used, the Insofar Jay Weinberg teeth mask, hand-delivered by Jay and gifted to me at Palefest, which is fucking crazy. Every time I walk in here and see that, I think, what the fuck? And then, oh god, we're getting close to the end. Let's go down to the other side and then we'll work our way down some more. As that is the J section, or the J side, we also have the Sid side. So you guys saw the Sid masks. Well, another stage-used piece that I got last year at Palefest is this shirt that he wore for the entire world tour. So I don't know how many dates this was used on, but it was used in pretty much every country ever. Even Antarctica. Is that a country or just a continent? Geology. More stuff that I can't talk about. We've got these guys. These are the real clay heads that were used in that music video that I can't think of the name of because I'm a real Slipknot fan. We got the clown Comic-Con mask where the eyes follow you around. Shout out to the dude that grabbed me one of those at Comic-Con. We got a real special piece here that was donated to the museum by Austin Wilson, who is a great dude, big supporter of the House of Masks. This is James's studio-used .5 The Gray Chapter Stratocaster, which is super, super sick. It's a beautiful guitar with a beautiful case, and I have a big attachment to that album, so that means a lot to have here at the House of Masks. We have got my second, or technically my first, stage-used Slipknot mask. This was in my possession before the Sid visor, but I still consider the Sid visor the first. This is a .5 The Gray Chapter Clown, obviously used in 2016 in Denver, Colorado. We've got another stage-used .5 The Gray Chapter mask. This one was used in 2014 in Lowell, Massachusetts. I definitely think this one looks cooler, and it comes with the Sean bust underneath, which is rad. Here's a photo of it in use by Rock Shots. He gave me permission to use these photos, which I guess I don't really need because it's the internet, but it was nice of him to do that. And then this has to end the video. This is my end-all, be-all holy grail that we acquired last year. I had the craziest weekend because I was in Texas when this thing got shipped out. And I was in Texas with Greg Tribbett of Mudvayne, making cool shit for Greg Tribbett of Mudvayne, and I got to come home to that. I absolutely love the All Hope Is Gone Female Clowns, one of my all-time favorite Sean masks. Definitely like a top 3 Slipknot mask of all time, and I got the fucking one. So shout out to my boy Brian, Boner Jams. He had this in his possession. I jokingly said, hey dude, I've got to get my hands on that one day, not thinking that he would ever consider it, but he's such a nice guy, and he knew how much this mask meant to me that we worked out a deal that we are both happy with, and now I own it. Again, this is one of those things that I imagine I'll be buried with as long as somebody else doesn't get their sticky fingers on it, because this is the thing. This is the one. Like, out of all my things, all my Slipknot masks, I think it would be top 5, my British Civilian Duty, which was my first mask ever that Shipley gave me, the Jay Weinberg teeth mask, the Sid Wilson visor, I don't know what else, and then this thing, because this is it. So we'll end the video with this guy. I think that is pretty much the entirety of the room. We showed you the new table, we walked around, showed you all the sections as they stand right now. Again, a lot of the changes that we do are so subtle that it's kind of hard to be like, oh yeah, we did this, and oh yeah, we did that. We are constantly adding stuff to the collection. I don't move things around that much, but I don't know, if it is what it is. Just be happy you guys got an update, right? Finally, I did it, and it wasn't even that bad. Ben, did you have a good time?
Blessed.
He had a great time, guys, come on. So yeah, there it is, 2024 Music Mask Room update. We'll have to do a full House of Masks update at some point because we have done quite a lot of stuff over the last few years. I know that we film each piece individually and we do videos on the projects, but I think that doing a full walkthrough like MTV Crib style would be super fucking sick. And we did some stuff back in the studio and I could finally show that as well. So I guess once everything's taken care of and I'm fully content with it, we'll do a full walkthrough. But for right now, there's your update video. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I really, really appreciate it. And wish me luck because I'm conquering my biggest fear of flying soon. And I want you guys to use that as inspiration to go conquer your biggest fear, okay? All right, so until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol and yes to just doing the thing that you don't want to do. And we will see you guys in the next video.